Welcome to another segment of People Want to Know About Immigration. I'm so glad to be here for another week. Like we said, we're going to be talking today about the National Visa Center. I'm here with my mother, also known as attorney Jessica Dominguez, immigration expert. Welcome.
Isn't he cute? I just want to say thank you.
Thank you for
making this
pinch
happen.
Pinch it so they can see it. Yeah. That's YouTube magic, right? That's YouTube magic. Okay, we're going to get straight into it. We are going to be talking about the NVC. What does the NVC stand for, abogada?
The National Visa Center, and we're going to be answering one of your questions. Whose question do we have today?
But we're talking about this because it's the next step after a filing and being approved of your I-130, correct?
If he's learning, I'm sure a lot of people learning are as well. So yes, let's answer the next question.
Today we have a question from Raul. He writes to us from Texas, and he says that he is a U.S. citizen. His wife is undocumented and has lived in the U.S. for more than 5 years. She came in without a visa. She does not have 245I, and she has never been deported. He filed an I-130 application for her, which is what we discussed last week, for his wife, and it has been approved. What is the next step for Raul from Texas?
Excellent question, and as you know, Raul's question represents the questions that we receive on a daily basis. And I want to emphasize and I want to clarify, and as you know, before we answer these questions, we actually call the people that are asking these questions of us, and I verify the information because it is important to know that she came in without a visa, that she doesn't have 245I, and it is also important to know that she has not been deported before, because otherwise we wouldn't be able to talk about applying for the I-601A, which is the waiver for the 3 and 10-year bars here inside of the United States. Now, it is important that everyone realizes that if they don't know what waivers we're talking about, what penalties, what bars we're referring to, please visit the other videos that we already have at JessicaDominguez.com in order to get more information, right?
Correct. Or our YouTube channel, JessicaDominguezTV.
Yes. And now I'm going to give them different steps that are going to be part of this process. As we explained last week, the first step in this consular process, it requires that people file the I-130 first.
Once the I-130 has already been approved, today we're going to share 6 steps that is going to be able to help you to know exactly what it is after your I-130 has been approved, correct?
Right.
What's the first one?
The first one is that they will receive correspondence from the National Visa Center asking them to pay for their visa fees. So that's the first step. Go ahead and make the payments for your visa and the what we call fee bills from the National Visa Center.
Great. Step number 2.
Then the NVC must be notified that the person will be filing their I-601A waiver for the 3 or 10-year bars here inside of the United States. The National Visa Center must be notified.
And how do you do that?
You can send an email letting them know that you would be applying for your I-601A waiver.
Great. Step number 2 is notify the National Visa Center. Great. What's step number 3?
Step number 3, this is when you actually get to file your waiver, the I-601A here inside of the United States. And while the waiver is being processed, the USCIS will send an appointment for a fingerprint appointment because they want to confirm that the person is admissible and also that they have good moral character. So they must attend that appointment. But remember, USCIS has informed us that you must wait to get your receipt from the National Visa Center before you can file the I-601A waiver. And once you file your I-601 waiver, it must be done with the receipt included.
Great. So 3 is file the waiver to USCIS through fingerprints.
Yes.
Great. Step number 4.
Once the waiver gets approved, USCIS will notify the National Visa Center that the waiver has been provisionally approved.
Step number 5.
The National Visa Center will then ask you to complete the I-864, which is the affidavit of support, and to also complete and register Forms DS with them.
Great. And last but not least, step number 6.
At that point, the person will then have to leave the United States to their country of origin to attend their visa interviews. And they can be asked to take fingerprints in their country of origin or documentation to prove that they have good moral character and that they don't have a criminal history in their country of origin.
Great information. Thank you so much for sharing 6 steps that you need to take after your I-130 is already approved. For those of you who are watching this video and like to take notes, we were going to have this information written on our blog, JessicaDominguez.com. You guys will be able easily to find this information there. I have one more question. So even though you can register for the I-601A waiver inside the U.S., just so it's very clear, you still have to leave the country, correct?
Yes, as I stated, it's one of the steps, and people need to know that that's definitely a requirement.
But it's only for a short period of time, but we don't know what that exact period of time is. We will only know after people have already gone through the process, correct? Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Raul, for sending in your question. We're so glad. Hopefully this helped you. I'm learning each week, along with each and every one of you, exactly what these laws, these new processes involve. And I'm so excited because next week on People Want to Know About Immigration, we're going to be talking about how to prove extreme hardship in your I-601 waiver form, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to my mother, Jessica Dominguez, and we'll see.
Isn't he really cute?
Oh
He's really cute.
Goodness, are you getting a wide shot of this? Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Subscribe, share the video, and comment. Let's do this together. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.